Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jen and this is Backcountry Stitcher and this is my WIP parade. So thank you so much for joining me. This is my New Year's WIP parade. I've never done this before, so it was a little daunting going through all of my WIPs, which isn't that bad. Honestly, I've been watching WIP parades and I was like, okay, I'm doing all right. Not too much, too crazy here. I hope all of you guys enjoyed your New Year's celebrations and that you are enjoying your new year 2023 and that it's starting off well. It is starting off pretty well for me here with we have a huge snowstorm that moved in last night. So we woke up to probably about a foot of snow on the ground for New Year's, and it has been continuing to dump snow all day. My dog is loving it, but it was definitely a interesting way to start the new year, shoveling snow. So hope you guys are in better weather, but I can't complain. It's good for skiing, so you know. So let's get into it. So what I'm going to do is I have all of my WIPs next to me, so I'll be reaching down to pick those up, but I'm going to go through my WIPs, and as I'm going through, I wrote down some goals that I want to meet this year. I try to not put too much pressure on myself to meet goals, or I try to make my goals very, very, very doable. Because cross-stitching is a hobby for me. I do it for fun. I don't want to stress myself out for any reason. So I have some outlines of goals, but I'm not going to hold myself to. I mean, life happens, so we'll see. So I will, we'll get right into it. I'm going to do, so the first one I'm going to do is one that I was working on yesterday. It was just out, so it was easier to put away, but this is, this is called Winter. It's from the Cricket collection. It's designed by Vicky Hastings. You guys have probably seen, I'll put it over here. You guys have probably seen these before. I did finish autumn this year. So I started winter, definitely since my last regular video. So if you are a regular watcher, this is a new start for you. All right, and I probably should have like folded them and like had them just all ready to go, but no. So here is where I'm at with winter. I got the snowman done. The T is completely done. And then this is going to be a sled. I just haven't been able to put the back stitching in yet because I need to finish the E first, as well as stitch some snow along the bottom. So that is winter. Now my goal for this is to finish this during winter. So what I did for autumn and what I kind of did, right, I was going to like start them on the solstice, but I missed the solstice. I was not prepared. So I started this about a week after the solstice. My goal is to work on these like during the actual season. So I'll start spring on the spring equinox. Yeah, spring equinox. And my hope would be to finish them like during those like 3 months, because I was able to do that pretty easily with autumn. I mean, I've been stitching on for a couple of days, but like yesterday I was able to get a ton done on this. They stitch up pretty darn quick, honestly. So my goal, hopefully by next year, I'll have all of them done, but we'll see. Again, spring especially is going to be a little bit hard because of my travel schedule, but that's folded much nicer now. There it is, winter. And this too, the snowman, you can kind of see is white thread with blending filament. Which I was not super pleased about when I realized it was blending filament, because my only experience with blending filament was with Dimensions kits, and that blending filament was terrible. This is the Scenic brand. It is not bad at all, so not concerned about that. Okay, so the next one I'm going to show, I think I'm going to have to stand up because I didn't want to take this off of my lops. Yeah, and this is Disintegration. And this is by Stephanie Pui-Mun Law. It's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And this one, I'm just gonna stand up. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm wearing my comfy pants because it's snowing today. All right, here we are. So there is Disintegration. And very exciting on this, I hit 10%. 10%. My goal for this for next year is to get to 25%, which I think I can do pretty easily because I didn't start this until, I think, May. I meant to start it in April, but I didn't start it till May. So I was able to get to 10% during that time. So I feel like getting to 25%, so getting another 15% should be doable. And I'm past the halfway point on the top. So the top part of the diagonals is more than halfway across the entire piece. So there is Disintegration. It looks so good. Oh, sorry. I'm wearing my snowflake pants for the snow today. But there is Disintegration. I think it looks so cool when you pull it back like that. Because like up close, it does look pretty pixelated, but further back, it's really nice. So there is Disintegration. This one I'm gonna put here. All right. I talked about my goal for that one. Get myself settled again here. So the next one is the pointed fifth, and I'll have to insert a picture, we'll put it here, I guess, of what it is going to look like. And this is a Long Dog sampler. Okay, so I got a page finish. So this is a whole page with the back stitching, which is, and somebody asked me when I posted this what that is. It's the top part of a bird who's wearing a hat. So, and then we got a little spider over here, some butterflies with the dog. I thought the back stitching with these like chevrons came out so cool. So my goal for this, I wasn't really sure. So I said 33% on this because I'm doing this on Pattern Keeper. I think that's more than reasonable. I mean, this is, the only thing is that this is a pretty big piece. So I don't know. It might be closer to like 25% because this is about 5%, one page. A little over, or no, it's almost exactly 5%, I think. So I think if I work on it pretty hard, I mean, it's not difficult to work on because it's only one color. I'm doing this, oh, I should say, so this is on 28 count Jobelin in the color Ivory, and then the thread that I picked is DMC 154, so it's like a deep purple. My Disintegration is just on 20 count. Oh, and this is 1/1. I'm sorry. So it's 28 count 1/1. My Disintegration's on 20 count Ada 2/1, and then Winter is on 32 count Lugana in the color Winter Mist, I want to say. Oh shoot, I can't remember. It's the I should have written that down. It's the actually it's the winter fabric from the Woodland Bundle by Bestitch Me. Misty Morning, maybe that's what it is. Misty something. It's from Bestitch Me. It's part of the Woodland Bundle that was made for the You're in the Woods collection. I'm just not using the winter, the one that was meant for winter on my winter pieces. I don't know if that makes any sense, which it probably doesn't. So, all right. Okay, so next, okay, so this one, there are some that I haven't pulled out for a while. This one is my Matzah cover, and this is by Kooler Design Studios. I have not worked on this one in a while. Not in a long time. And that's partly because it's a Matzah cover, so it's for Passover, which, you know, when I have stitched on this and shown this in my previous Flosstubes, I've explained, but the gist of it is that Passover is when we celebrate the Exodus from Egypt. Matzah, which is it's an unleavened bread. It looks like a big cracker, basically, is part of the service, or the part of the Seder, the dinner, and we have a cover for it. So I'm making a Matzah cover. So this one I have not touched in a hot minute. Again, mostly because it is a seasonal piece, I guess. Let me get this. I'm gonna put something behind. Oh, sorry for the noise. That was my needle minder. So this is where I'm at with the Matzah cover. So I have the Matzah. That's those in the middle are the Hebrew letters. It's the Hebrew word for matzah. I have this motif with the lamb done. And then I'm working on the pomegranates. And these guys, I think the reason I like really stopped stitching on this heavily was because I was just getting so bogged down with the color changes. Like these pomegranates have so many different colors, or they're apples, I'm sorry. I keep thinking they're pomegranates, but I'm pretty confident they're actually meant to be apples. But there are so many different colors of it. And then those bees, there's 3 different stitch colors and then 2 different back stitch color in that bee. And there is just so much back stitching on this. So it is easy to get kind of bogged down with this. This is being stitched on 28 count linen, just white opalescent linen. I picked this fabric out before I really had gotten into like the more overdyeds and, you know, more, I guess, boutique-y type fabric. So I just went with something simple. I still think it's a great fabric choice for it. So my goal for this, I'm probably only going to work on this. So Passover is in the beginning of April this year. So I'm probably going to work on this February and March and try to focus on it. Like, I don't want to say pretty heavily, but try to make it a focus piece because I'd like to get, so where am I? I'm stitching up here. And I was able to get this and all of this and this done, you know, in like a couple of months. So I think I could probably get down to around here and do these motifs. This is more block color stitching, which is nice, this head of lettuce. But I think I could get down to here in a couple of months. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think this is getting finished this year. Just not gonna happen. I'm thinking too that, I don't know, I was stitching this on a hoop, on a small like 6-inch hoop. And I'm wondering if putting it on a Q-snap would be easier for me. No, I don't think it would change anything. So I'll probably still work on it on a hoop. That is my Matzah cover. I'm trying to keep these like relatively organized so that I can take photos of them after this video, and then I'll have photos from the beginning of the year for next year. All right, next one, fan favorite, Drake Warrior Kitty. All right, so this one is a full coverage and it is from the Cross Stitch Studio. This is a Snippet. The whole piece, I've said it once and I'll say it again, it is enormous. So this is just the snippet. I say just the snippet. It's 175 by 175 stitches. So it's not huge for a full coverage, but it's not tiny either. So here is, and this is 20 count Aida 2/1. And there's Drake. So I haven't worked on him, I don't think, since my last Flosstube. Hang on one second. There we go. Oh, my needle minders are trying to stick to each other. So there's Drake. Lots of confetti in him. Lots of it. But so worth it when you pull him back. And I'm pretty sure I convinced the 20-minute stitcher to start this next year, or this year, I guess now. So if you want to see her from the beginning, go check out the 20-minute stitcher. But yeah, so he's going to come out, actually it's January, so this is his month to be worked on. My goal for this is a finish this year. I am about 2/3 of the way through. I think I'm about 67% or so. So I think, and that was, again, just starting it. I probably, again, should have written this stuff down, but I'm pretty sure I started him in March of 2022. So I got about 2/3 done in a year. So I think getting another third done and getting him finished in 2023 is very reasonable. So, all right, what do we have next? Okay, so this one, I almost debated. These next two, I almost debated not even pulling out, but they're technically not UFOs. I technically am still working on them, but this one is a dimensions kit. It's called Farm Fresh. And I am stitching this for my husband, so I'm not stitching the carrots, not stitching the chicken, the words, any of that stuff. I'm just stitching the truck. And the last time I showed this, I was done with stitching. Well, I don't see, here's the thing. Okay. So I've stitched the truck. There's these brown slats on the back of the truck. And I keep meaning, this has been going on for like 8 months, okay? I keep meaning to ask my husband if he wants me to stitch the slots on the truck, and I just honestly keep forgetting. Once I ask him that, so I wrote myself a note now to ask him that, I will be able to finish this with the back stitching and everything. So this will be done one way or another this month. That is my goal, is to be done with this, because this has been going on for an obscene amount of time for what it is. So we should have this as a finish in the next few videos that I post up. So that is Farm Fresh. Really easy stitch. Like if you are a beginner, or like you know someone that's a beginner, I highly recommend this as a stitch. Farm Fresh by Dimensions. And then again, this one. So this is my camping piece. This is the Prairie Schooler Prairie Lodge. And I started working on the deer. And I just did this while I was camping. And I actually like brought this with me on like our epic road trip this summer, but I didn't really get much stitching done. So, well, bam. That is where I'm at. And this is 20 count. Is it 20 count? No. 18 count, I think. It's actually 18 or 16 count oatmeal Aida. Which I really like for this, but I haven't even finished the body of the deer. So I have no goals for this piece, for these pieces, I should say. My goal is to just try to stitch on them a little bit more when we're camping, because I mean, I have time when we're camping. I don't know why I don't. I just didn't. So Well, again, I'm not sure if that was worth pulling out, but it's technically a WIP, so here we are. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. All right. And then we're moving right through. I only have 3 more WIPs actually to show you guys. I did have a lot of finishes this year. So this one is the Year in the Woods series, number 2, the Swans by Cottage Garden Samplings. And I have not worked on this since I last showed it. I don't want to lose my needle there. So here is the Swans. Just, there we go. So the Swans are almost done. I have some fill in on the feathers to do, and then it's just like the background, which is a pretty like stitch heavy background, but I should be able to get this done in the next couple of months. I've been using this as a travel stitch, and I have a lot of traveling coming up the next few months, so I should be able to get this done in a couple of months. But my goal is to finish this one. I'd like to have 3 to 4 Year in the Woods finishes next year, because I'm going to stitch all of them. This is being stitched on 32 count linen in the color Storm by Picture This Plus. This is probably not what I would choose now. However, when I first started doing this, I had just started stitching on linen. I didn't really know what was out there. I didn't really know about even weave and all of that stuff. So probably not what I would choose now. At the same point, I still think it looks really pretty, so I'm not upset about it. I've just found that now I prefer even weave over linen. So, but it is still beautiful. So yeah, my goal is to have 3 to 4 of those finished. I think I may have to start making them not just exclusive travel pieces, but we'll see. They may become work pieces too, I'm not sure. All right, and then my last 2 are my Mirabilias. Let me pull out, let me see if I have the cover photo for this one, which for some reason I took the cover photo out of, oh wait, there it is. Some of my Mirabilias, and I don't know why. So this is Lilith of Labrador. This is a Mirabilia. And I have not worked on my Miras that much, mostly because of a Q-snap allocation issue. So this is where we're at with her. And I stitch my Miras. I have been in like quartering the patterns up. So they're already halved, but then I like halve the halves, which is how you make quarters. Math. So that's where Lilith is. This is being stitched on 32 count Lugana in the color Tsunami by Bestitch Me, and I'm really loving it. So my goal for her would be to complete, I want to complete all the actual stitching, so all of the floss and Krennic, but I don't know if I'll actually be able to finish the beading this year. I don't know. We'll see. But I'd like to have her finish stitching because I'd like to start another Mirabilia. I'm not sure which one yet. And then, oh, I'm going to put that back in here so I don't lose it. And then my last one is another fan favorite. This is Cathedral Woods Goddess. There it is. There's the picture. This is also by Mirabilia. And again, I haven't worked on this very much recently because of a Q-snap allocation issue. I just need to buy more Q-snaps. I've bought everything else associated with cross stitch. Why I haven't bought more Q-snaps, no one knows. So Cathedral Woods Goddess is coming along, actually. Like I just have her hair and horns to stitch up here, and then I'll be halfway through the stitching on her. So there she is. And then I'll do some of the back stitching. It's going to be hard to do the back stitching with these leaves because they kind of, the back stitch goes over where there's beads and stuff. So I may not be able to do the back stitching until the very end. But yeah, I just have to do her hair, finish her hair and the horn on this, this side. And then the top part of the pattern will be done except for the beading. Which there's a lot of beads in this, but I feel like there's a lot of beads in most Mirabilias, so it's not the most bead heavy piece. It's just they're very concentrated, like in her dress. There's also a ton of Krennic. So much Krennic. Totally worth it though. So that is Cathedral Woods Goddess. And that, oh, my goal for her is to have her FFO'd this year because I think I can finish her stitching, finish the beading, do all of that, and at least get her to the framer. Like, is it going to be back to me? Maybe not by the end of the year. It just depends on when I get it to the framer and what's going on with supply chain stuff. So, but my goal is to have her at least given to the framer with the intent to be an FFO by the end of the year. And I think that's totally doable for her. So yeah, so those are all of my WIP. So I thought I would also share, oh, let me put this away really quick so I don't lose it. I thought I would also share my New Year, New Start. So I was, I didn't really plan ahead very well because my last couple of weeks at work have been a bit overwhelming, and so I haven't been able to like get as much done as I would want to when I've been at home. So I didn't really plan, and I was like, well, I guess I'm not gonna have a New Year, New Start because I didn't plan ahead. And then my lovely friend Christina, who you can follow on Instagram at Stitchy Symphony, she came over yesterday with Jamie from Cross Stitch and Chill, and she gave us little kits for a free pattern that she got from the Drawn Thread. It's called First Snow. It's a free pattern, so I don't mind showing this, but that's what it looks like. So I thought that was cute. It's got some specialty stitches in there. Nothing too bad. It's pretty small, which I love. But she kitted it up for us. How sweet is that? Says 32 count Lugana. She wasn't sure what color it was. And then she got us the floss and the floss drops that she made, which are so sweet. But even sweeter, I just have to share this. I know this isn't really, she gave us some extra floss drops. Her husband does woodworking. He makes these custom floss winders. And so she gave us these, and I just thought that was so sweet. So kind. And I appreciate it so much. So I just wanted to share that. But yeah, so that's my WIP parade. That's all I got for you. And I think I'll be back probably in a couple of weeks with a regular Flosstube update. I think, because this coming weekend I'm traveling. So yeah, it's going to be the weekend after. I'll be able to do a Flosstube. So I want to wish everyone a very happy and healthy new year. I hope your new year is everything that you would love it to be. And I will see you guys in a few weeks. Bye.